as always, Matt Wayman. Thank you all so much for joining us and supporting us on the interwebs. If you don't know our web inners, hit us up on Twitter at Words with Wayman, Facebook Words with Wayman Podcast. We're coming back. Sweet, spicy, sassy, brassy, molassy, part 2 with Denver research analyst Todd Faulkenberry.
The sequel's never as good as the original.
It is never going to be. That first episode was awesome. This is going to blow.
Builds character, sophomore slumps.
Right? Yeah. The first episode we talked about you being a research analyst and kind of working from home, which I think is super cool. We also talked about your kind of dream to get into the podcast game. And we talked a little bit about what you wanted to do with said podcast. Which I thought is really, really cool. I'm not the biggest political guy, politics and such.
It's true, a little bit.
Yeah.
I dabble.
Have you ever thought about maybe running for something?
I have. I think anyone in politics does at some point, but it just seems like an awful life, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's not true. You get a lot of benefits, even at the state level.
Mm-hmm.
It's being a state representative in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
you make around $30,000, and it's part-time. It's only 3 months of the year. So you have a lot of time to go do other things, and you get a lot of benefits from your job, which is pretty great.
Money.
It's pretty great. And because you're a state representative, people will hire you to do other things because, it kind of implies some level of competence.
Speaking engagements and such.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty cool, but it's also people just paying attention to your life. Like, I don't need people digging up things I did when I was younger. Not that I necessarily did anything bad, but I just don't want to cover that. Like, my mom's a Southern Baptist, nice lady.
You look like such a sweet boy too.
Yeah. She doesn't need to hear, anything bad about my past.
Did you do a bunch of messed up stuff?
No. But you just don't want people. I just don't want people digging into stuff.
Yeah. Do you think that it's kind of like? Do you see kind of the corruption of it? Is that what you're kind of getting at, or just like the dirt?
I just think that our political process right now is removed from what it's supposed to do. Like, if you look at campaigning, you have to do things in campaign like answer for one thing you said a long time ago, and that can ruin a campaign. Or like one weird gaffe like Howard Dean going "Pyah!" in 2004. Those things are bad and they're funny, they're interesting to hear about, but they don't really have that much bearing on how good of a leader you can be or how good of a public servant. So to have people, I think if you go into politics, you're just gonna get shit on by a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, it seems.
It's a lot of pressure, and it just seems like I think I would become very frustrated and cynical.
Yeah,
I think you have to have a very strong mindset to go through something like that.
You always see all those on the political shows, everybody just out back chain smoking cigarettes. I'm sure it's just so stressful all the time to be involved in that system.
But that's what I'm down with the stress a little bit. I just don't want to be front and center. You can have someone that can go out there, but each person behind any successful politician is a gigantic team, and that's a huge industry in and of itself.
You want to be more like the speechwriter or the
speechwriter, chief of staff, communications person.
Wow,
those are cool. Those are really cool jobs that have less visibility.
And
I don't think being famous is super cool. And
I think it'd be terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, there's a different amount to imply that a state representative has any amount of fame compared to the president or some.
No, but you can't really blow it, and then you're going to lose your job, and everybody's going to know what you did publicly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of down to just chill and not be the front of something, but still work hard, still have very, big goals and work for something and create something down the line.
You're a sweet, sweet boy.
Sweet.
That's cool. I'm a big fan of, creation, and I think it's just not a way that I've looked at creation ever necessarily, even building the public image of somebody or building this machine that is a campaign team, but I think it's along the same lines as, painting or doing comedy or...
Yeah, I think for the political world, it's a lot easier to get to power and to get to change meaningful things if you take that route. There's a lot more people that take that path as opposed to the public servant path, the public face path, and a lot of people fall down that road. Mm-hmm. But you can kind of go behind that and affect change just as much that way. Those people are just as important to the day-to-day getting things done than a politician, than a representative.
That's pretty cool, because that'd be the reason that I feel like you would get into it, is because you want to actually change something. I mean, the same way you'd want to be a lawyer so that you can maybe actually change something or help people. And so I could see you being a little chief of staff right in the back.
Yeah, we'll
being
see though.
The little creep over the right shoulder or the left shoulder.
There's so many cool industries. I just want... one of the things I miss about working from home is, as we talked about a little bit in the first podcast, I don't talk to as many people as I'd like to on a day-to-day basis. And I'm hoping that in the future, I'm at least going to talk to people. I hope I have to like drive somewhere to go to a job, which is so crazy because everyone thinks that working from home is the best, and it is great in so many ways. But I would take a 10-minute commute on my bike to go, or a 15-minute commute in my car or whatever to go talk, like see the same people every day. And in a weird way, it's crazy. I never thought I would want that when I started working from home. To have like stupid water cooler conversation, like, oh, you see the game and stuff like that. The random people, to have none of that in your life is very strange.
Yeah. The game. Did you see that toss ball match?
Yeah.
See that old slide puck match that happened?
How about them Rockies?
Boy, this water tastes like water, huh? Isn't it the water? Yes.
Did you get that expense report for me?
That's awesome. I think it's one of the things that definitely keeps me sharp is waiting tables, because the interaction is forced. You have to talk to people. Nobody wants to go chat with a bunch of people, but like when you're forced to do it like in a job setting, it does have a lot of benefits.
Yeah. It's just interesting to see sometimes the things that you don't even really enjoy in the moment, but when they're just completely gone from your life, you kind of miss them. It's strange. Random little things like that.
Things you'd never thought that you'd miss, but now you just are shedding a single tear over that time that I got you to go get the bacon stretcher next door.
It's a Taylor Swift album in the making.
Yeah, right? Maybe you should get into acoustic guitar.
Those broad themes, just back it up with some nice vocals.
I think you got it.
A good little beat.
You got the cheekbones for it.
Slow songs.
Got the slow songs. Deals, demos, lemos, baby. Straight to the top or the bottom. Your choice, Todd. You're an independent woman and you can do what you want. So what do you think? You think you're going to live in Denver for a while and try to probably make your stand here?
Yeah, I do think so. I really love Denver.
You originally from here?
I'm not. I'm from South Carolina originally.
Oh, yeah. You said that, good Southern boy.
Yeah, South Carolina. Went to school in Western Massachusetts. Now I'm out in Colorado.
What originally brought you to the city?
I moved out here without a job. I just had a friend from college that lived here.
Cool.
And I wanted to go somewhere new.
People always say it. People talk it up a lot, you know?
It's a huge expat city. Obviously.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the city. It's like the fact that so many people are transplants. It's why people are cool, because you can't be a shithead, or else you're not going to make any friends.
Yeah, exactly. You have to go out and be nice to people. Yeah, you don't have a choice, because no one's actually from here.
No, I think
it's a myth.
That's the coolest part, is because since nobody's from here, that makes everybody so much nicer. That's why I mean, and like people, when you're like, they talk about the city of Denver, people always hold it in very high regard.
Yes,
you have to come out here.
You got to come out.
So many
it's a great place. So many microbreweries.
We got this thing called weed out here too.
Yeah, but the worst part is that anyone who comes out here, the only thing they want to do is smoke weed.
It totally is.
Anytime someone's touristing. So one exciting thing about other states legalizing weed is people are going to be less just like.
We were talking about that last night. I think it's a fantastic thing. I mean, it's every state's still going to make their money, because it's just going to be, everybody's going to smoke weed. Everybody wants to buy weed too. So like the money will always be there. It's just. Colorado won't be getting all of the press for something that could be so cool for other states too.
Yeah, I think that the money will probably go down a little bit once they legalize in other places. Colorado made so much money. Almost $1 billion off of weed. And there's just this huge weed tourism industry.
How do you think? Do you think all that money is going to go to good things, or
hopefully schools and stuff?
Yeah,
but
do you ever really know where it goes?
Yeah, of course they have. You can go and see exactly. There's a huge fight in it right now because, excuse me, there's a huge fight over how to spend that money.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't get into this right now, but Colorado has a really strange system, and they have this thing called the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which could have a whole podcast dedicated to itself. But it makes spending money very hard in Colorado.
Maybe you do a day on that on your podcast.
Definitely. Tabor Explainer is important. People should know. People should know more about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this stuff. It's like, you're involved with this every day, and a lot of people are not involved with this stuff, so you can let these people know what's going down in their city.
Yeah, see, I think I think things like that can be interesting. I think people just have to learn how to apply them. and I hope to do that with my podcast,
Yeah.
is make things more exciting. Like I said, I think you can have good, genuine entertainment from politics.
Yeah.
With all the personalities and all the curiosities.
Nice. Politics, maybe? Huh?
Politics.
Maybe Politics podcast? Went really A on that one for you.
Yeah.
You can have that if you want a terrible name for your podcast.
That one's free.
That one's free. What do your parents think about what you're doing up in Denver?
I think they generally are happy with it. They wish I called more.
Mm-hmm. Do you get back to see them a lot?
I go back about once a year right now.
Nice.
It just costs a lot of money to fly.
I'm sure.
And it's just like a once a year thing. But one day I'm just going to be super rich and I'll fly
All the time?
over there all the time.
Go back and see your sweet mom and get some of that awesome South Carolina cooking.
Yeah, exactly. The fried chicken, man. The fried
Oh,
macaroni.
yeah. I love the Carolinas. We always go down to Myrtle Beach, and I've been spending a bunch of time in.
Oof. Myrtle Beach is pretty trashy, though.
It's so gross. We used to stay in like this 80s like Coke den. There was like a hot tub in the living room. It was so We'd swim in the pool all the
It's
time.
awesome.
I just thought driving through the Carolinas to the mountains and stuff. It was always really pretty.
It is gorgeous. It's not Colorado's a whole different level, but
Yeah.
it is gorgeous in its own way.
It's in a little bit more a snake-filled way.
Yeah.
A lot more animals that will take you out in the Carolinas than up here. So you have a lovely girlfriend.
I do.
How long have you guys been together?
We have been togetger almost exactly a year.
Almost a
Happy
year,
anniversary,
huh? She's super
you, Lauren.
cool. She involved in what she does, grant writing or
She was involved in politics until recently. She took
Yeah.
a job in the financial sector.
whoa
Public finance.
public
So
finance
helping finance public projects,
cool.
like schools and stuff.
Do you
So,
think-
good work. But really crazy. Very different from anything she's ever done.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you two are pretty much like on the same thought path, and kind of seems like you guys really embrace what each other think and do.
Definitely, yeah. She's super supportive. She's great. And always important to have someone you can bounce ideas off of and talk to.
And especially when
Yeah,
choosing
so-
politics, you guys could actually talk about that.
Exactly, man. Yeah, we lined up on that. So yeah, no, it's great all around. Yeah, and our anniversary is on March 1st.
Whoa, you know your anniversary is. That is something I can never say that I...
It's kind of an
I know.
arbitrary date,
Mhm.
but
Get out of here, Bubba.
that's true.
I think that's all I got for you, sweet baby. That's
Cool,
as
man.
quickly as these things go, everybody. We want to thank you guys out there so much for listening. When you get that podcast up, I will put a link into this one, and then people can check it out if they listen to this.
So thank you so much. Look at that.
Yeah, huh? But for now, support us on the interweb at Words with Wayman on Twitter, Words with Wayman on Facebook. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you all soon.
See ya.